Welcome to Pramod Nainapalli YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss about drugs acting on CVS. Drugs acting on cardiovascular system. Now we discuss only about cardiovascular system, not on the drugs acting on cardiovascular system. What is this cardiovascular system? Cardiovascular system refers to heart, blood vessels, as well as the heart, blood vessels and blood. So this is a circulating system whereby the blood carries the oxygen and other nutrients to various part of the body. So this is in a circulating system. Now cardiovascular system, if we see on this particular system, there is a most of the diseases are associated. What are those diseases? We will discuss in this video. And also cardiovascular system diseases are involved. Cardiovascular diseases, majorly they are the death taking place due to the cardiovascular diseases. First place for the death prevalence throughout the world is cardiovascular disease. Second one is in a cancer. Cancer is in a second death. So means more prevalence next to the cardiovascular disease is in a cancer. Now let us look what are these cardiovascular diseases. Cardiovascular diseases are of various disease that are associated in the cardiovascular system. So first one is hypertension, angina pectoris, congestive heart failure, CHF, congestive heart failure, hyperlipidemic, increase in the concentration of lipids, that is hyperlipidemic. Next one is myocardial infarction, myocardial infarctions. So these are the various diseases associated with the cardiovascular system, and majorly this all diseases, even in this particular diseases, we can also include atherosclerosis. So these are various diseases associated with the cardiovascular system. Whatever the diseases may be there, these all diseases may lead to the heart attack and there is a sudden death. So in our country or throughout the globe of these, 10 million people have been affected every time through these cardiovascular diseases. So now this diseases is very dangerous, and right time medication, right time treatment is essential for this particular diseases. In this video I am going to speak or discuss only introduction part of angina pectoris. Later we can go drugs acting on angina pectoris. Then we will discuss about other cardiovascular diseases. Okay, let us discuss now what is angina pectoris. Now angina pectoris, if you look onto the angina pectoris, what is this angina pectoris? Angina pectoris is a chest pain or sudden chest pain which may be occur due to the lack of oxygen supply. Lack of oxygen supply means oxygen supply and oxygen demand, there is an imbalance. What is the imbalance taking place? Oxygen supply is not equal to oxygen demand. Demand is increased, but there is a lack of oxygen supply to various parts of the body. So angina pectoris involves the chest pain sudden chest pain or discomfort, sudden chest pain or discomfort, which will lead to the decrease in the oxygen supply to the various part of the body. This is prolonged means angina pectoris, may lead to myocardial infarction. Finally, it may lead to the heart attack. Finally, it may be lead to the death also. So, angina pectoris is such a disease which are related to the cardiovascular diseases. Now, what are the things associated with this angina pectoris? What are the factors which are risk factors which are responsible for angina pectoris or causes for angina pectoris? We can see a different causes for angina pectoris. In that we can see first one is high blood cholesterol. High blood cholesterol. High blood cholesterol or triglycerides. Maybe the causes, it is due to the obesity. Obesity is also a risk factor. Third one is stress. So fourth one is lack of exercise. Even diabetes mellitus also leads to the angina pectoris. Then hypertension, tobacco use, and then we can see atherosclerosis. So these are the various causes for the angina pectoris. High blood cholesterol means it is related to the hyperlipidemic, or high blood cholesterol leads to the increase in the cholesterol level. Okay, so due to the increase in the cholesterol level, there is also lead to the angina pectoris. Obesity are more prone to undergo the problem associated with cardiovascular system. Not only just angina pectoris, but whatever the cardiovascular diseases, the main cause is a obesity also. High overweight, heavy weight is also a factor. Stress also induces, emotional stress also induces this angina pectoris. A lack of exercise, no exercise at all or anything may lead to the obesity. This obesity may also lead to the angina pectoris. Diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus are of two types: type 1 diabetes mellitus, type 2 diabetes mellitus. In type 1 diabetes mellitus, they are insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Due to taking of more related medicines of diabetes mellitus, what happens means it will gain the weight, it will increase the obesity. So that obesity also leads to angina pectoris. Hypertension also leads to sudden chest pain. Okay, so more high blood pressure is there means it will lead to the chest pain. Tobacco use, more tobacco use also leads to the angina pectoris. Atherosclerosis means plaque or the fat in the blood vessels may lead to the angina pectoris. These are the causes or etiology factors or risk factors which are associated with angina pectoris. Now let us see what are the different types of angina pectoris. There are three different types of angina pectoris. One is stable angina pectoris. The second one is variant. Third one is unstable angina pectoris. Now what is this stable angina pectoris means? This stable angina pectoris is most common, or it is classical type of angina. It is most common type of angina pectoris. which occurs during the exercise or stress. If there is an exercise, heavy exercise, or in the stress condition, emotional stress, this type of angina pectoris will be generated much. Okay, so and we can see the even atherosclerosis means plague in the blood vessels. We can even find in this case atherosclerosis. This can be easily predictable, means easily identified, easily predictable. Treating is very easy at this particular stage. Okay, so these are the various things. Okay, so classical, or it is most common, heavy exercise if you do, stress, atherosclerosis, this all can be easily predictable, and also treat with the anti-anginal drugs like nitroglycerins. Okay, so variant type of angina pectoris is also called as Prinzmetal angina pectoris. It occurs in the rest. It occurs during rest, and also it is due to the coronary spasm. Due to coronary spasm. Okay, so this is an occur at rest. This occurs at heavy exercise or physical activity. So that is what differences between variant or stable type of angina pectoris. Now unstable angina means they are uncommon, or they are uncommon. They are not common, they are uncommon. They will occur both the cases, at rest and heavy exercise. Rest and heavy exercise. If this type of angina pectoris is prolonged, it leads to other type of cardiovascular system or cardiovascular disease called as myocardial infarction. Okay, it leads to myocardial infarction, and they are not unpredictable. So we can find various differences between the various types of angina pectoris. That is stable angina pectoris. It is most common type of angina pectoris or classical. Heavy exercise, stress, atherosclerosis, easily predictable. Okay, but when you come to the point of variant type of angina pectoris, it is a Prinzmetal angina pectoris, occurs at rest. This occurs at heavy exercise, but rest you cannot see stable. But variant you can see at rest, and it is due to the coronary arteries. Coronary spasm will be taking place, constrict completely, it takes place. But when unstable, it occurs both at exercise and also physical activity. It cannot be predicted. Prolonged, it may lead to other cardiovascular diseases. So these are the various type of angina pectoris, how they work. But also in this particular angina, even here also atherosclerosis and blood clot takes place, like stable sclerosis, atherosclerosis and blood clot takes place in unstable type of angina. I will explain you with the diagrammatic representation, which will make you to understand very easily what actually these three types of angina pectoris, how they actually do. Now let me explain about the things. Now suppose if you take the blood vessels, you take the blood vessels, normal blood vessels, I draw, then later we will go for the things. Now this is a normal blood vessels, you think. So this is a normal blood vessels. This is a normal case. In case of this is normal. Now I will tell you the differences. Now when you see the thing about the particular first type of angina pectoris, that is stable angina pectoris. In this stable angina pectoris, you can see the plague, atherosclerosis plague. You can see the atherosclerosis plague. So this is an atherosclerosis plague. Atherosclerosis means a fat deposition in the blood vessels. So atherosclerosis plague you can see, and they are generally called as a stable. Now when you look onto the particular thing, what is going to happen means, you can find in case of variant type of angina pectoris, various type of angina pectoris. So you can find there is a spasm, coronary spasm. See, they constrict, the vessels are very closed, are constricted. So this is called as a variant type of angina pectoris. It is a variant. Okay. Now when you come to the point of the main point of unstable type of angina, you can find the differences, little bit differences, because they occur at rest as well as they occur at rest. They occur at rest as well as they occur at particular clot. Clot means you can represent as the blood only. So don't want, we will represent with other clot. So in this case you can find both the things. What are both things? One is atherosclerosis or plague. The other is blood clot. So this type of angina pectoris is unstable angina pectoris. Now you can see easily differences. In case of normal, you can see the blood vessels, but when you come to the stable, they occur at heavy exercises, stress induced. During that case, there is a atherosclerosis or plaque deposition is there. And when you come to the variant or principal angina pectoris, there is a coronary spasm is there. What is that? Coronary spasm. There is a spasm completely close, or spasm type is there. Okay, so spasm pain, coronary pain or spasm takes place. When you come to the point of unstable angina, this occurs at rest, this occurs at heavy physical activity, but it occurs at unstable angina occurs at both rest and physical activity. Prolonged means it will go to the myocardial infarction, it will have the atherosclerosis as well as blood clot. So this is what the various differences between the different types of angina pectoris. So this is what the brief introduction about CVS and angina pectoris. In my next video, I am going to talk about anti-anginal drugs. Thank you very much.